Slightly, it was over the head of the guy that was typing it up. He had no idea what I was talking about, being the German, and I was just trying to think of a way to tell Montgomery how he should conduct the war on the second front. Now, as we found out very often, you didn't actually know what was happening. All your information was second hand, or a week late, 2 weeks, sometimes a month late. And you usually didn't know if you were winning or losing, or who was doing the best military stuff at all. Was it Patton? Or was it Montgomery, or any other of the generals that were there? General McAuley, or what? So the information was very slow to filter down to the regular troops. The worst part of being in the service is usually the boredom. And when you are bored, it's a very, very dangerous time, because you'll think of doing idiotic things which can get you into serious trouble. And when it comes to the military police, they usually have to clean up the mess after boredom has being handled in such a way there as to cause a lot of trouble. So the idea of a letter to General Montgomery was for my own amusement than anything else. I wouldn't have dared to show it around the camp, because somebody would mention it perhaps to one of the officers, and who might take it, who, if he lacked the sense of humour, which they all did, would take it seriously and figure that all I was doing was mocking General Montgomery. He didn't deserve to be mocked, because history has shown that what he wanted to do, what he wanted Eisenhower to do, and Eisenhower wouldn't listen to him, but after a few disasters, they realized that Montgomery had the right idea. He was directly the opposite of Patton. Patton was to charge all the way into Germany so fast that the supplies couldn't keep up with him, and he would run out of ammunition, gasoline, and all the supplies that were needed to keep the campaign going. So he came to a standstill, and the surrounding there of the Battle of the Bulge showed that he was not fixed to come to the rescue at all for quite a while. And in the end they arranged the battle lines, so that it was exactly what Montgomery had wanted to do in the first place. No individual exploits, no Robin Hood type of adventures or anything, but just a united front presented, pushing everything back. And so the affliction of boredom there was, you did the best you could. You played cards, you looked around to see if there's anything that would entertain you. You got hold of a soccer ball or some of a cricket ball, anything at all to pass away that, because boredom is so much a part of the war. And I presume it's been the same way in all wars, especially in the First World War, where they could sit in trenches for weeks, if not for months, without moving an inch forward or back. So that was one of the mistakes that I happened to get away with there, and fortunately the Germans didn't understand what I was doing, so all I had to do was to cover up there and smile smile at the captain and assure him that everything is well in hand. So he departed the scene. But that was just one of what I would call my stupid humor, which is didn't always result in the best episodes. So that would have been it. But when you're way back at the line, when the war has passed you by, and you're beginning to feel as if you shouldn't be there at all, that is when a lot of the trouble starts. The guys fight, they disobey the officers and the NCOs, they just try to win the money playing poker so they can buy more beer and get loaded. And I once had to take a guy to the military prison there who had punched an officer, and he was fortunate to be that the whole thing was dismissed because of a mistake made by the CO. And so all that happened to him that he was sent to another company that they would sort of keep him out of the way of our commanding officer. But there was just managing to get time in, hoping to get mail from home, hoping to get the little radio working so you can find out what was happening, hoping that there'd be entertainment companies in the neighbourhood, or that one of the guys could get something going which would entertain us. So that was just one episode. So fortunately, it didn't result in any harm. But it was silly, and I was just lucky. Just lucky, that's all. And your worst enemy, of course, was in trying to... Oh, somebody coming in.